How grateful do you think I am for finally coming out of that terrible reading slump I had? Let's hope that doesn't happen again. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. You're with Chris, and today I'll be wrapping up what I thought was a pretty decent April by the end of the month. Considering some portion of the month I was still in that reading slump and overcoming personal obstacles and exhaustion and burnout and that horrible reading slump. But I'm pleased to say that I'm out of that now. I am feeling much better about everything. I am keen to produce more content moving forward. I'm excited to jump behind the camera or in front of the camera to share all my thoughts with you. So considering I didn't read too much in the month, I'll still run through some basic stats because I haven't been using the spreadsheet that I had been using previously to give some in-depth statistics, but I'll give you some basics. Now, I completed 3 books. Okay, so there was one that was very short and 2 were of equal length. But let's go through some basic stats. Okay, now the books I read 3 books. Pages read were 1,682. Time spent reading and average pages per day, I didn't do this month because I weren't using the spreadsheet. The same with average time spent reading. Of the 3 books, they were all 4-star reads, which was pretty good. Now, the videos I uploaded for the month of April was 7, which is down, and we know why. And the best performing video was the Stephen King book covers I did, where I reimagined them with AI, and that got 89 views, which I was pretty happy with that. And it was a fun project to do. I instructed AI to do some background pictures for me, and a couple of the pictures were nailed straight away. Some were a little bit hit and miss, but it was a very good experiment. And I was very pleased with the results overall, because a lot of the pictures were turned into covers that I would love to own in physical format. I think it'd be brilliant. My favorite, of course, was The Stand. I thought that was a really good cover because the AI I used, the Playground it's called, nailed it first time after my prompt, and I was absolutely stoked with that. And after speaking with my older brother, he, I discussed the project with him briefly, and he said, why don't you do the same thing for Lee Child or Dean Koontz, which has fueled the imagination. So in the future I might actually do that, which would be a lot of fun, actually, to reimagine how I want Jack Reacher book covers to look. We'll see how that goes. Not sure when that'll happen, but it's certainly an intriguing idea to me. All right, now the poorest performing video was my weekly update from the 21st of April with 34 views, which, you know, it is what it is. So apart from that, now I read Elantris, or finished Elantris by Sanderson. Now that took me a whole month to get through because the reading stamina just wasn't there. I would read in, small blocks, and the attention span would go out the window. I'm pleased to say now my reading is a lot better. I can read for longer periods now without that fatigue happening, and yeah, with what I'm reading at the moment, I am so enthusiastic about it that I can't get enough. And it's a really good place to be in, back pretty much to my old self. Okay, I also read and reviewed Warbreaker by Sanderson as well, and if you haven't checked that review out, please do. I found that it was a brilliant read, and I enjoyed Elantris a lot as well. The third book I read was The Emperor's Soul. Now, it's not really a book, it's a novella. I wanted to include it in my monthly wrap-up because, to come out of the month with only 2 books is pretty poor. But I'll class it as 3 books just to get the numbers up a little bit. And The Emperor's Soul, it was a fascinating novella about a different kind of magic system called forging. I thought that was really fascinating and well worth the read. So it was all about Sanderson for the month of April. Now, I have also started this month Words of Radiance, as you know. I am smitten with the book. I love Sanderson's writing, and I have mentioned in my last video that he is fast becoming one of my top 5 authors of all time, which is a massive claim because he's just captivated me with his writing. Now, it's not just the writing itself, it's him. you know, I've watched him do his seminars and how he takes Q&A at conferences and things like that. He is so approachable. He is so humble. He looks after his fans. He cares about what his fans think. He writes in such a way that he always delivers the answers you're craving when you're reading one of his books, and he hasn't missed a beat with what I've read of his at the moment, and I'm well into my Cosmere journey, which I am loving every minute of it. Okay, so what would be a highlight of the month? The highlight that I am back to pretty much full capacity is the highlight for April, and I'm so glad, because I wasn't in a good place, and it wasn't a great feeling. But now, you know, my reading is back on track. I'm keen, I'm excited, I'm fully recharged, and it's going to be great moving forward. Now, this brings me to my book of the month, which there's not a lot to choose from to choose a book of the month. So if I'm actually going to compare Elantris and Warbreaker together, both were fantastic reads. I think the characterization on Warbreaker was a little bit better than Elantris. So Warbreaker will be my book of the month for April. I really enjoyed it. I thought the magic system was really kick-ass. I thought the mythology and the history was really, really good. I also enjoyed that it's left open for a sequel. Elantris is left open for a sequel as well, which is great, but I just think Warbreaker was the stronger book of the two. I'm just loving Brandon Sanderson's writing. Can't get enough. And at the moment, at the time of filming this, I have pretty much just about finished part 2 of Words of Radiance. So I have released my part 1 video of my new epic reading blog for the book, and I will be recording part 2 of that reading blog very, very shortly, and that will be coming to you in the next couple of days. There will be 3 more videos to follow as I finish each part of the book, as I smash through it, which I am at the moment. I'm currently at about the I'll imitate Brandon Sanderson. I am at Bing 35% when he I love that when he gives his weekly updates. And just on that, going off track a little bit, the latest Brandon Sanderson news on Wind and Truth, Stormlight book number 5, he is almost done with final revisions. I think his deadline is the end of May to get it in so that it's released on time in December. But his work ethic as a writer is absolutely incredible, and it's no surprise why he's so popular among the fan base. So that is it for my wrap up of April. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll promise to deliver the best content I can. As always, offer up any feedback in the comments below. I'm always welcome to that. But until the next video, guys, that is just around the corner, happy reading.